Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Monday the 17th of July. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And what I'm going to pull out next is this, which is the nicely done adventure for A State, which is the basically weird city role-playing game, originally published by Contested Ground Studios in the early 2000s, now published by Handiwork Games. So, nicely done as a short mission for the new edition of A State and a beautiful primer to the setting of the city. Maya End is a forlorn place, miles of brick and concrete tenements all slowly disintegrating. Water covers the streets, the drainage systems destroyed long ago. The damp and rotting lower floors of most buildings are left empty. Denied help by the powerful Three Canals metropolitan area from across the Green Canal, Maya End is a place of crime and apathy. There are few jobs, aside from menial work in neighbouring boroughs. As a result, many in Maya End rely on crime to survive. Petty shopkeepers sell stolen goods and young toughs collect protection ties for the whole again. The prophets across the canal take a dim view, but there are always customers from the black markets of Maya End. Reports of child slavery in Maya End have led the group to investigate a woman named Hosanna Nicely. The new edition of A State is about a group of determined locals who agree to stand together and help the community. Gameplay regularly zooms in to focus tightly on specific missions like this one. This mission adapts a classic short scenario from the original A State. Nicely done. Is intended for a GM who's familiar with the Forged in the Dark games such as Blades in the Dark. Players do not need to have any prior knowledge of these games, but the primer does not contain the rules needed to play. Okay, so about A State, cult favourite role-playing game A State is back in an exciting new edition. Legendary game setting the city returns, loaded with mesmerising and unsettling detail. The new edition of A State is Forged in the Dark. Experience the city through intense fiction-first role-playing. Create your own corner of the city and protect it from the powerful factions who want to tear it down. Choose from 7 playbooks, including the Lethal Ghost Fighter, the Savvy Mapmaker, and the Dogged Lost Finder. Encounter the shifted and other strange mysteries of the city, a closed environment you can never live. You will never forget the city, but the city will forget you. So, that's the setting for Nicely Done. And inside, we have a map of the city, followed by a view of one of the tenements, which presumably will be the sort of like the base, the community for your group of player characters. So we have the credits and contents page, and an even more sort of like fuller version of the map, which actually isn't that necessarily that helpful, as it were, but that's what the city looks like. And a more broader cityscape view there at sunset. And as the darkness falls, welcome to the city. And again, and literally the interesting is sort of like the artwork is getting darker, light is falling, it is taking you further and further into the city, and bringing it down close to the person. And then we have a sort of like proper fuller introduction. And a lot of this artwork is taken from the core rulebook, but that's no bad thing. It's worth a second viewing. So having introduced the setting, we have the meat of the book, the actual scenario, and it's set up nicely done. So, introduction, background to Maya End, and several characters, the troublemakers, i.e. the player characters who will, basically hopefully protect their community through investigating this issue. So, set up, gathering information, making a plan, running the mission. That's all detailed here. Also discussion of the guide here for expanding the mission, making it longer, Then the mission environment, the tenement, inside the tenement, basically floor plans there. And the NPCs, including the aforementioned Hosanna Nicely, and her 3 thugs, children, Garcy Hatchet and his crew, and then the mob. And then we have essentially the a guide, individual essentially character backgrounds and sheets for each of the individual player characters. So Jed September, activist, so background and his sheet. New rules there for guns. Flip over the page, we have Jane Card, Ghost Fighter, with new rules for trust. Then Yanis Kriptich, the Lost Finder, rules there for care. Lost Finders essentially are the equivalent, sort of like, are not detectives per se, simply that they find things and discover things in the process. The Sneak Thief, Pendleton Teacher, new rules for attention and noise. A bit of a blurb at the back there, perhaps. With the sun rising perhaps on a new day in a better city. So that's quite short, but it's everything there you need to play through a single mission for A State. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case a scenario, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. We'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.